In the coldest corners of our planet, where silence dominates and time itself seems frozen, colossal giants drift slowly across the ocean. They are older than cities, heavier than mountains, and more powerful than storms. This is the world of icebergs. What you see before you is not merely a block of ice floating in the sea. It is a frozen monument to Earth's ancient history, a silent witness to millennia of climate, pressure, and change. And beside it, a ship, small, fragile, human, daring to pass through one of the most unforgiving environments on the planet. This image captures more than a moment. It captures a confrontation between nature's raw power and human curiosity. Birth of a giant. Icebergs are born not in the ocean, but on land. Thousands of years ago, snow began to fall on polar continents, Antarctica and Greenland. Layer by layer, year after year, that snow compressed under its own weight, transforming into dense glacial ice. Over centuries, glaciers grew massive, creeping slowly toward the sea like frozen rivers. When a glacier reaches the ocean, something dramatic happens. Cracks form, pressure builds, and eventually, with a thunderous roar that echoes for miles, a piece breaks free. This moment is called calving. What breaks away becomes an iceberg, sometimes as large as a city, sometimes taller than skyscrapers, sometimes weighing billions of tons. The iceberg in this image likely began its journey thousands of years ago, long before modern civilization existed. The illusion of size. At first glance, the iceberg appears massive, and it is. But what we see is only a fraction of the truth. Approximately 90% of an iceberg lies hidden beneath the water. This unseen mass forms a deadly underwater maze of ice shelves and sharp edges. For ships, this hidden portion is the real danger. The Titanic learned this lesson in 1912. The ship struck not the visible peak, but the submerged body of the iceberg, a reminder that nature often hides its greatest threats beneath calm surfaces. The vessel in this image moves cautiously, carving a narrow path through dark polar waters, aware that a single mistake could be catastrophic. A hostile kingdom. The polar regions are not empty wastelands. They are alive, but hostile. Temperatures can plunge below 40 degrees Celsius. Winds reach hurricane strength. Sea ice can trap ships for months or even years. Navigation systems struggle. Mechanical failures become deadly. Rescue, if possible at all, may take days or weeks. Every journey through these waters is a calculated risk. The ship in the image represents modern exploration vessels, equipped with reinforced hulls, satellite navigation, and experienced crews, yet still dwarfed by the overwhelming scale of the environment. Here, technology does not dominate nature. It merely negotiates with it. Why we venture here? Why would humans willingly travel into such a dangerous world? The answer lies in curiosity. Scientists venture into polar regions to study climate change, ocean currents, and ancient atmospheric data trapped in ice cores. Each iceberg carries within it frozen air bubbles, tiny samples of Earth's atmosphere from thousands of years ago. By analyzing them, scientists can reconstruct Earth's climatic past and predict its future. Explorers come to map uncharted waters. Photographers chase the surreal beauty of ice glowing blue under polar light. And documentary crews come to tell stories like this one. Stories of survival, scale, and silence. The color of ice. Notice the deep blue glow beneath the iceberg. This color is not an illusion. As ice becomes denser over time, it absorbs red wavelengths of light and reflects blue. The older and more compact the ice, the deeper the blue. That glowing edge at the iceberg's base may be ice that has been compressed for tens of thousands of years. It is ancient light, revealed only when ice meets ocean. Icebergs on the move. Despite their massive size, icebergs are constantly moving. Ocean currents guide them. Winds push them. Melting reshapes them. Some icebergs travel thousands of kilometers before finally disappearing into the sea. As they melt, they release fresh water, altering ocean salinity and affecting marine ecosystems. In large numbers, melting icebergs can even influence global ocean circulation. What appears silent and still is, in reality, part of a vast planetary system. Climate change and the future. In recent decades, the number of icebergs calving from glaciers has increased. Warming temperatures weaken glacial structures, causing more frequent and larger breakaways. This image, beautiful as it is, also carries a warning. Each iceberg is a message from the planet, a reminder that Earth's frozen regions are changing faster than ever recorded in human history. The ship beside the iceberg becomes symbolic. Humanity traveling alongside the consequences of its own actions, trying to understand what comes next. Silence and scale. Perhaps the most striking element of this scene is the silence. No cities, no engines roaring in the distance, no signs of civilization beyond the ship itself. Just ice, water, and sky. In such places, humans are reminded of their true scale. Small, temporary, curious, and yet persistent. Final reflection. This image is not just about ice. It is about time, about survival, about humility. The iceberg will melt. The ship will move on. The ocean will remember. And long after the vessel disappears beyond the horizon, the frozen giant will continue its slow, silent journey until it too becomes part of the sea. In the polar regions, nothing speaks loudly, but everything has a story.